Hi. Hello. Right now I have it on live chat. I'm hoping some of my mods come in. Because if some of my mods don't show up, then I will have to put member only. Hi, Bree. I'm good. Bree, I'm gonna make you a mod. Hello. Oh my goodness. I just dropped my phone. Hi, everybody. So, quickly, today's live is not going to have any giveaways, but the next live that I do later this week will. I don't know what we'll do later next week. I guess I'll design. Wait, is this the last week of the month? Okay, we're going to have a live where I design my November freebies for Ko-fi because I have yet to do that. On that live, we will have giveaways. This one I'm not going to just because it's going to be a little more speedy. However, so one of the member perks is member only live chat. So every live that I have a giveaway, the first one that I do, the chat is only going to be members, which means only members can enter that giveaway. And then the second giveaway that I do, I'll open the chat for everybody to enter. So that's how that's going to work. But today we're going to be working on my planner stickers because I do get a lot of questions about that. So that's what we're going to do today. The difference is it's not going to be like a step-by-step tutorial since I do already have like my doc set up, I guess, my project on Canva. Hi, Marissa. So I was saying that what we're going to do is, so this live is not going to have a giveaway, but the next live that I do later this week will have a giveaway. And it'll be 2 giveaways per live. So the first giveaway, the chat will be members only. So only members can enter that. And then the second giveaway, I'll open the chat for everybody to enter. Hi, happy Sunday. Okay, so we're going to be working on, what did I say, my planner stickers. Okay, first I have to find that doc because I don't even know, I have a lot of stuff in my Canva, even though I like to purge delete a ton of things. I'm gonna try to make this first part of the live a little bit more like straight to the point, that way if anybody is watching the live after the fact, they can like pretty clearly see the numbers. I totally passed it and I don't even recall seeing it. It's right here, planner washi. Alright, so for starters, my planner is a 7x9 Plum Paper Planner. So, if you don't use a 7x9 Plum Paper Planner, I will say that you may have to measure your own planner. So simply just get the ruler to the page and like measure where you want your sticker to be placed and then kind of go from there. So, hi Kelly. 7x9, Erin Condren tends to do 7x9, Happy Planner has a 7x9, so these may work for that as well. But this is kind of what my doc looks like, and once you set it up one time, you're pretty much golden, because then you just have to change the theme of your stuff. So we're going to go over my sizes super quickly, again, for anybody who's watching like this live after the fact. So I'm going to hit position, and down here you can see the exact sizes of my planner washi. So the width is 6 1/4 inches and it is 1 inch tall. So I think this is, yeah, so this little bottom rectangle, it's a separate piece. So that's up to you how thick you want it to be. Mine is showing that it is 1/4 inch, but I just print this as one thing so I'm not having to lay like a bunch of stickers over each other. Hi. Oh, actually I have a Diet Coke today. So let's open it. This is like my last month drinking soda because I had a mental breakdown. So I'm gonna try to do as much water as possible and like teas, like green tea. But cheers because we already had this pack, okay, in the fridge. Okay, sorry. Ew, that gulp was probably loud. Okay, so these are my planner stickers. Again, the size is 6.25 inches wide. 1 inch tall. This little border piece right here is 1/4 inch tall. So spacing, that's going to be a little bit weird. So this just kind of varies based on what you want to do. I just have one text box and I just hit the space bar a bunch of times till it looked kind of even. So I can't really like count how many that was. So just kind of space it out based on whatever you need, whether you're doing week 1, 2, 3, or you can do like category plus minus, like if you spent anything and then your end balance, or category start plus minus, and those kinds of things. You can really customize it. Okay, so today what we have to do, so that's the thick part of the washi. Now let's get to this little one. So these are the same exact lines that I use for the rest of them, except it's just my total bar. So this is 1/4 inch thick, and I have however many of these as I do like border, like heading washies. So I have weekly spending, variable, personal, sinking funds, pet care, annual, baby, business, savings, and then my mom section. So that's 10 headers. So I should have 10 of these. That way I can like start a section with the header piece and then close it with this little totals tab. Members. So we're making, hi everybody. Hi Boop and Budgets. So right now what we're doing is we're making the stickers together, but members, I will have a planner setup video posted for you guys where I have the stickers ready to go and we're placing everything down together. I will do that for you all. So let's get started. I have to switch my headings because, as you guys know, I switched my envelopes up, right? So now we're going to have to go through my binders and just like retype in all of these headings. I need to burp, but I'm really trying not to. Oh no, I just did. Okay, anyway, let me just grab my first binder, which, okay, sorry, covered myself for a second. Our yellow binder, we're just going to go in order. I can't even reference my planner right now because that's all out of whack. So I'm going to go based on my little bookmark dividers. So like low priority, high priority, those kinds of things. Just whatever. This is how I like to set up my planner. So those are the headers that we are going to use. So the first one will be variable expenses, which is already here. Like it's already typed out, but whatever. We'll just type it again so that we're in order. So variable expenses, and we have to pull the text a little wider. Just make sure we center that. All right, so you can literally choose whatever font you want, whatever colors you want. I know it's October themed still, but we're going to just type everything we need to, and then we'll go through and like customize the stuff. So there is that. Variable expenses. The next one that we have in this binder is going to be celebrations. I don't even know how many more sections we have, honestly. Like we might have more sections than what I have previously typed out here. So I have 2 in my yellow binder, so that concludes this one. But now, I need to put her away and grab the next binder, you know. Oh my gosh. I kind of want to go live on Halloween because Jordan works that day, so he's not going to be home till like pretty late. So let me know what you guys think if you want to hang out on Halloween night. So we have celebrations. Now we're in the green binder. So this is like where my pet section and stuff is. So the first one is going to be pet care. So we'll type that in right here. Okay, then the next divider that I have is going to be low priority, which was AKA personal expenses, but I have since changed that. So low priority. And I believe that's it for this binder as well. All right. So this is like so, let me just stand up. Okay. I'm gonna stand up and put it back, and then I'll grab the next binder. All right, so this one, we have multiple binders in here. Sections. So the first one is going to be medical. Yeah, we definitely have way more than we did last month. So medical, and then I have high priority. So we're going to type those out as well. I'm wondering, I can totally probably fit another piece of washi. So I'm going to move this up. And here's what I'm going to do for simplicity. We're just going to group this so we don't lose any pieces of it. Center it with everything else. I really should probably make sure all these other things are like centered. They seem to be. Usually once you have one formatted, it's literally just copy paste the rest. Ungroup. Oh, you know what you can do? Well, I need to do it with these. Center those. Okay. So that was just one that I had to move. Okay, so we did medical, high priority, and then the next section. Hi, Betsy. Do it. I have no plans. I was gonna go to my in-laws. Honestly, we don't even hand out candy in my neighborhood because there's like not a lot of kids that even go trick-or-treating here. I'm really thinking that like everyone's kids are just growing up, you know, like especially me. I've been here my whole life. I'm already 24, about to be 25. So I'm assuming there's probably a lot of other people that are also like that. So yeah, we don't really hand out candy. It makes me kind of sad. Like a lot of people don't even really decorate anymore. But that's going to be it for this binder. So, let's just change this to November already. And again, we'll go back and change the colors of everything. So I added a header, which means I need to add one of these. Because we need to make sure we have the same amount. So the reason I put mine extremely close like this is I hand cut my stickers, you guys. I do have a Cricut. I don't like her, but I love making my own stickers. So this gap right here, once printed, is small enough to where if I can cut right in between it, but it's large enough to where I'm not like cutting into the next sticker kind of thing. So yeah, call me crazy, it's fine. But we have up until as needed. So now we're gonna step into the next page, and hopefully this has all the rest that we need. I think we should honestly be good. So I don't even need to stand up anymore. So home and baby binder, we need that for the closeouts. That always goes on the first page of my planner. Business expenses is fine. Savings challenges is fine. And Mama Almanza is fine. Yeah, so all that stays the same. So let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 headers. So there should be 11 of these. Hopefully if I did it correctly. I guess I have to count them myself. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12. Did I count that wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'll just let it be 12 because chances are I'm going to mess something up and I'd rather have an extra than print an entire new page just for one strip. So we'll let it be. We'll let it be. I know, but I really like making my own stickers. If you mean like cut them out, then that would be cool, but I already need them for November, so that's okay. But I appreciate you. So here are my sizes again for everybody who's just entering. So this thing is 1 inch tall. And then this little sub piece right here, like this border, that brown piece is 1/4 inch. It's giving me trouble clicking it, but you guys, you saw it if you were here earlier. 1/4 inch. Okay, so now we're going to change the photos and the text. So I'm just going to do, I don't even know if I don't want like Thanksgiving theme. I think I just want subtle fall. So let's look up like cute fall wallpaper and let's see what it gives. So I'm going to go to photos. So you can use stuff that's under graphics as well, but not all of them will like drag and fill. So this does drag and fill. Let's see if we can find an example of one that doesn't. That does as well. But I promise you, there are some graphics that won't do that. Like they'll just, like this one for example, it's not going to fill. So actually the ones that are filling, some of these are kind of cute. Like what was this one? It's like candles. I don't know though, it has like a white border or like a white background. So if I could find this with a color in the back, that would be cool. But I don't know if it exists. So we're gonna go to photos. What do they got over here? So there's this cute one with like some geese. Oh, but this is like Halloween. Okay, I need something a little more fall. But all these look like they're gonna be Halloween. This is cute. But I already did pink for October, so can I do pink again? Or should I stick to not pink? Oh my gosh, yes, you need Canva Pro. I love Canva Pro, actually. For a long time, I didn't even pay for it, honestly. I was just using, like, regular Canva. Okay, so it seems like all the cute ones are going to be white in the back. Which, again, I could make work, but I'm going to have to do a little bit of extra work just to get the color behind there. But I guess that's fine. Hold on. Maybe it'll be worth it. Maybe not. Let's see. So this would have to be 625 by an inch tall, because that is the size of these washi. But again, it's just like, I'm gonna have to do this for every single one. I don't know if that's worth it. But you see what I mean? Like, that print with the color in the back is way cuter. But to do that for every single one, I don't know if I'm down with it like that. This color would for sure change. To what? I don't know. Maybe that color? I don't really like that color. No, that's too much. Okay, I'm gonna undo all of that. And let's just, I guess, pick a different wallpaper. Just because I want it to be easy. I just want to drag and fill, you know? Fall wallpaper. You could also look up, another good way is to look up the keyword pattern. That'll usually give you a bunch of options. So pattern, wallpaper, background, those are good keywords to get something that's already like put together for you. This is super cute, actually. Kind of really like this one. And it's green. I feel like I haven't done green. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was cute, but it would be a lot to do that for like every single one. Especially because next month I'd probably go back to, oh, I did that really fast. Did you guys see how I did that? So we're going to click this. I'm going to go to this color bubble right here. Click the color I want. And 9 times out of 10, Canva is going to prompt this change all. So if you're working on multiple projects, maybe don't click this button, depending on whether or not you want it to change everything. But we're going to hit change all because I want everything to be this color. So it should have, yeah, changed all the way down to our totals bar. So even when it comes to the font, you can do that there as well. So let's pick a font color. Ooh, that greenish is pretty cute, like that ash green. Hold on, we're gonna have to see what that looks like in a second. Maybe orange. You see what I mean? So like now it's not prompting me to do it, but it was earlier. So change all. I mean, that's kind of cute. So as you guys saw earlier, I'm double clicking the photo and then you can like drag whatever crop of it you want. Usually I'll try to mix them up just so it looks a little bit different on every single page, but I don't do that all the time. It really just varies. Sometimes I'll do it, sometimes I won't. Just depends on the vibes, I guess. So that one I'm going to have the candle lining up on the top. What do we think about that? I feel like that's super different. You love this one? Like this background with the green? The green with the orange is pretty, right? Okay, maybe we'll stick with that then. So now we just have to literally fill in every other one. But it's like so simple. I feel like once you have your base done, like your project set up the way I have it, then every month you just come in and you just switch the colors in the photo, and then you're like good to go. And then you can just adjust like as needed. I think I might want to switch the font that I'm using though. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So we'll probably test some stuff. Do I have something with this cute little journal? I like that journal poking in the back. Okay. Yes, we're gonna make some stuff up here. Where did the other one? I guess like we'll just do the top again. I love this part of like making my own stickers, just going in and like choosing a photo that I like. Usually I'll go through like 4 different pictures before I actually settle on one. So after a little while, you'll get the hang of it, and then like you'll know what photos you're looking for, which I think is great. So I got off a pattern. At first I think I had a little pattern going of which ones I was selecting, and I totally lost track, but it's okay. Like I knew where I was dragging them, but it's okay. So we have this entire first page done, you guys. It's literally all I do. So now let's just finish these last few down here. So we're going to do this one with this little middle candle because I love that little coffee. Oh, it literally got blocked. Okay, for this one, we'll drag it to a different portion. And maybe this one will show the coffee. Not the coffee, what is that? It's a candle. It's literally a candle. But yeah, there's a bunch of cute ones. Like even this one, we're not going to use this one because oh my gosh, it is cute though. And this is like one that I wouldn't have to change every single time. You could just leave it. But I do really like the green. It's different than some other stuff that I have in my planner. So I think that that'll be a good little change. And just like that, they're done. That's like usually how quick it'll take me. It just depends because again, sometimes it takes me a really long time to find a photo that I like. And then for the words, usually it'll go by a little bit quicker because I'm not like switching my binders all the time the way I just did it right now. So the next steps for this is I export it as a PDF. Let's see. Download. PDF print, you guys. So PDFs, oh wait, I wanted to try the font, like switching the font. But PDF standard, sometimes if you put like a border around your text, sometimes it'll like make it super spiky and just weird randomly. But if you do PDF print, I have found that it always 100% looks exactly like how it looks on my project. So that's usually kind of what you want to aim for. PNG is also a good way to export it. That usually takes up a little bit less space. So that's always a good option. Thanks for sharing. Yes, of course. I'm wondering, I kind of do want to change the font, but this is a font that I've used like forever for my planner stickers. This is Apricots. Let's see. I just like to look up whatever comes up here. So like recommended font, Lemon Tuesday. That looks a little weird. Oh, that's cute. Should we do this one? What do you guys think about this one? So I go to effects and then hit outline. That's usually how I put borders around my text or around my images. And then you can make it super thick. You can make it thin. You can take it off. Let's do about maybe 100. I think 100 will look good. So we're going to have to change all of these to 100. But yeah, I'm going to use this font. So New Sun Playful. I'm going to change all the fonts to that. And then we're going to have to go through and change the border size on each of them. So 100. And that's just going to make it a little bit thinner, which I feel like for some letters it just fits it better. So I wonder if, I don't even feel like I need medical to have its own little header like in my planner. So I have no idea how these are actually going to space out when I go to lay all my stickers down. But that's a later problem. I may have added a little bit too many. Well, I just added one, right? I'm pretty sure. I just added like 1 or 2. So I should be able to fit them. I hope I can fit them. Yay, okay, I'm glad you guys like these. The smaller border looks nice, definitely. So I always try to play around with that depending on like whatever the font is, because it could definitely change. Like even if we did like a 30 font, it just kind of helps you see it more versus doing no font, and then it kind of gets lost. But there's a bunch of different, oh my gosh, wait, that is so cute. That's not even a white border. Doesn't that look cute? Oh gosh. We're just going to stick with white, though, for, well, I don't know. What was that other color? That other color looked really cute. But white border tends to go well with, like, any photo I choose. If I do that other color, it'll just be more work later. But honestly, that's not even that bad. Stop! What is this one? It's, like, similar, but just books. That's cute. Okay. We're going to go back to green. There's a ton of cute images on here. So again, this is under the keyword fall pattern. So let's go ahead and see like what would come up if we did fall background. Just to give everybody like a little bit more options. So we're still under the photos tab. I'm sure graphics, the graphics section is like switching up a bunch. So if we look up fall background, it's giving me a ton of like realistic type of photos, which again, pattern gave us a few animated ones, which is like the one that we chose, and then a couple others. You can also do, what did we do? Background, or did we do wallpaper? You do fall wallpaper. There's like a few animated, and then the rest are also going to be like a realistic photo. If you toggle off photos and go to graphics, this will also be another place that you can find them. The books would be for Lindsay, right? Those would be so perfect for her. That was such a cute one. That was such a cute one. Like, even this one is really pretty, and it's kind of like a watercolor pumpkin with some roses mixed in. That's cute. So there's literally endless options. Like for example, whenever we're doing Christmas, let's see, Christmas pattern. Then I'm going to go to photos. Like there's going to be a bunch of cute options for Christmas. Stop, that one is cute. Isn't that one so cute? Oh my gosh, I love that. There's like literally a bunch. Look, these little dogs. Also though, you guys, these are like images you can use to make challenges, like as a background. Because if it's under photos, 9 times out of 10, you can adjust it to literally whatever size you want. So like if I click this, let me actually go to a new page just to show you. If I click this, I was mentioning this in the last live. If they have like these little rectangle spacers, I guess, in between, like on the sides, that is going to let you adjust it to whatever size you need. However, there are going to be some, I don't know if we're going to be able to find an example because the last time I couldn't. For example, this one does not have those little things. So the only way to change the size on it is to manually crop it. You can't like type in a size and it just go to that. Or at least I haven't figured it out. And then you can really just drag the corner. It's like a proportional resizing. But this one you can really do whatever you want with. So you do the corners, but then you can also do like this or this. This will let you type in the exact size that you need. So let's say I wanted 4 by 3. Perfect, right? Like I got that here, and then if you double click it, you can mess with like the layout. But if I have this one and I go to position, it's locked, like the ratio. So if I needed 3 by 4, I would have to manually crop that, which is it's just annoying. So I usually just stay away from stuff like that. But I don't know if that was a helpful tip. Hopefully it was. Hi, Courtney. These are our stickers for the month of November. I'm so excited about it. So for these, how do I print them? This might be the next question. So like if you guys don't have a Cricut or machine or like cutting machine or whatever, you don't need one, but it's going to be a little bit more work. So the washi, like the thick parts right here, those are going to be easy to cut out, like if you want them. But these little like total bars, those get a little bit more annoying. I should probably just group all of this, right? That way I don't have to deal with it. Yeah, let's just group them. Because once they're centered, hopefully these are like the categories that I stick with. So, okay, these need to get grouped on their own though. Because I like this one to be a little bit off to the side. Literally what happened? Can I not group that? Why is it moving? Did you see that? That was weird. I totally know you guys saw that. Okay. So now we're going to center all of these, which we did earlier. I thought we did earlier. Okay, now they're grouped. So now for printing, I'll have this in my Amazon storefront. It doesn't have like a brand on it or whatever, but it's a sheet. Essentially, if you look up full page labels on Amazon, this is technically a label. And I use this as my sticker paper. So it's one big sheet. I'll print on this and then I cut it. So that's always an option. You can also buy listed, like just normal sticker paper. That's fine too, but sometimes the labels might be like cheaper, but it's also sticker paper. So I don't really know what the difference is, okay? But that's what I use. I put that in my printer and then I cut them out and lay them in my planner. That's usually my routine. So do you guys have any specific questions about the stickers in general? Or maybe you have something else that you want me to show you really quickly on Canva? Whether or not it's sticker related, just so I can answer that while I'm here. Oh my gosh, I look so silly right now. But yeah, so these will be the stickers that I use for November, and then so come December, I'll just reopen this and swap out the graphics. But I know I get a lot of like questions or people wondering kind of how I make my stickers, and so I wanted to do this live so that we like kind of had more time to really chat about it, and then it gets posted again. So like when I'm done with the live, so people can go back and see exactly what the sizes are and my steps. Oh, okay, that's good. Okay, I'm glad I answered that. Yeah, so I just print on a full sheet of paper, which is even good to use for the Cricut because, or even a silhouette for the Cricut. And the silhouette too, it'll print. If you're opening it, like your file in that design space, you can print it from there and then it'll add in any of the sensors that it has to read before knowing where to cut. So that's always a good option. But yeah, you guys, so this is how I make my stickers. That's what I wanted to come on here to do with you guys. I should be going live on Instagram as well a little bit later today because I will pick a few people from my mailing list to send some bundles to. I have an entire drawer full of bundles that I've put together to send off to their new homes. But I like to do that on Instagram because I do have like addresses and stuff open on my laptop, so it's always just easiest to do it there. A lot of label / sticker paper is not removable. I always get the removable. Yeah, so it definitely just depends on like what you're doing. So I don't think my sticker paper is technically removable, but since it's the washi, I don't need to remove it. Or if I do, usually if I didn't like press on it, I could just peel it right back up. But for stuff like expense tabs, things that might change like bills or whatever, paydays, those are actually really good to use removable paper for. Removable sticker paper, but of course you could use that if you wanted to for this. It's up to you, and if you think you'll have to move it. Yeah, I just print with my regular printer. I'm learning how to print stickers for my new planner. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that brand. Habanichi? This is a great video. I'm glad you think so, yeah. So usually, like with stickers, so in the past, I used to buy budget stickers, and this little like border part would be separate. So I'd have to lay down the thick washi and then put the border on top of the thick washi and then put the header on top of that, which is fun. It is really fun to do that. But for me, I noticed that since I do this for every single page in my planner, it gets really thick. So that is one thing to consider, especially in the past when I would do like week 1 on one page, week 2 on the other page. I was only putting the sticker on the top of the page. So after a while, a bunch of stickers are building up on that half of the planner. So then it would get weird to like write on it because it kind of like, it would pinch down, if that makes sense, to the side where there were no stickers, because that would just be like a lot more flat than the rest of it. But yeah, so really, if you have like a vision in mind of what you want your sticker to look like, you just have to layer it on top. Whatever it looks like in the computer is what it'll end up looking like when you're actually placing the stickers, which is really good. So that's why I tried to like just combine them. I never thought to use label paper. Yeah, I've used this like anytime I've made stickers in the past ever, I've always used the same label paper. Whether or not it's the same brand, I don't really know. Like it might be a little bit of a different brand. But it's always been the same type. Just, I think it reads like full sheet label paper, something like that. I'll make sure to go back through and link the exact one that I buy on my Amazon storefront. That way, if you guys are struggling to find one, you can definitely purchase that one. I think my pack is like a pack of 100, I want to say. I think it's 100 sheets. And then you can print on them just fine. And the cool thing about the label paper that I use is you can very clearly see where the like sticker sheet ends. So you'll never put it in your printer upside down accidentally. So the paper that I use to do my Etsy shipping labels on, that one, I can see the break in the middle because it's like 2 labels per sheet. So I can see where the center is, and that always has to be face down with the way my printer prints. And so with label paper, mine has a border around it, so I know like when that border is facing me, this is the front of the page. So I don't know if all label papers do that, so if anything, maybe just peel the corner up and make sure that you're putting the correct side, whatever way it needs to face. I'm pretty sure all printers, you would have to do the page like face down to print the correct way. I don't know. Do some printers print the other way? Probably nice. Probably not. I was reading your comment while talking, sorry. Okay, well, that's going to be all for today's live then. If nobody has any more questions about, like, the stickers. Yes, I'm so happy I could help. I know a lot of people are probably like, thank God you finally posted this video. Because I was stubborn on it. I will say I was stubborn on it because I can't measure everyone's planners. So I was like, you know what, let me just show what I do for mine, the sizes I use for my 7x9 plum paper, and then it can just be easily adjustable to your sizes, whether you're making it smaller, wider, taller, whatever that may be. Hi, Abigail. But yes, you guys, so that's going to be it for today. No giveaways in today's live, but I do plan to go live a little bit later this week. I do have to design all my freebies. I have to design my freebies for the month of November because I am supposed to be sending out my pen pal mail this week, and I don't have anything designed. That's interesting that your printer prints, like you have to put your paper in face up. Every printer that I've had, it's only ever been HP, but I've always had to put the page in face down. Yes, of course. Hopefully this was helpful. But again, if you guys do like end up having questions later, you can always comment it on the video because this will be posted to my YouTube channel. And then from there, I can try and answer to the best of my ability. Or the next time we're on Canva, I can like briefly answer it, like actually showing it in Canva. But I will make sure as soon as I get off of the live to add my label paper to the Amazon storefront. That way, I'll try to make a separate little folder, I guess, that says like planner specific, which it would really just be the sticker paper. So we'll see. Oh my gosh, me for real, Courtney. I was thinking about that today. I was like, literally early in the live, I think, I realized it was the last week of the month, and I was like, yeah, I don't even have anything designed. The good thing is we just have to send a minimum of 2 items per mailing. So if you design just 1 sheet of 3 freebies, that works. That reaches the minimum. But yes, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Again, I will be on live on Instagram a little bit later tonight. And when I say tonight, I mean probably like 9 p.m. I usually get on there spontaneously, and we will pick a few people together to send out bundles of freebies. If you guys are not sure what I'm talking about, the 1st through the 7th, I have a Google link in my video descriptions that you guys can sign up to spontaneously like get mail whenever I have extra stamps. What kind of printer do you use? I have the HP Smart Tank. So that's actually also on the Amazon storefront. You don't have to buy it through the storefront by any means. But you can see the exact printer that I have there. Like if you want to like copy and paste the title and maybe buy it somewhere else, that is what I use. I have it on the HP All-In plan. So I didn't have to put $1 down on this printer. I just paid my $30 for the first month. They sent me the brand new printer, and then they also sent me the ink. However, if you are using HP, like their ink subscription, always call and ask, like let them know, hey, this is for my business. I would like an extra box of ink. That way, in the event that something gets delayed, like you're never left without ink. So, 9 p.m. it's a school night. You know I'm always on there spontaneously all late. But yeah, I have to pick a couple of people. So I haven't picked anybody this month yet. So I need to get on that. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. Again, this will be posted to my YouTube immediately after. If you came in late and you're not sure how to make the stickers and it's something you're interested in seeing, it'll be fully posted on YouTube. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. And I will see you in, what's tomorrow? Mini Monday? I'll see you on Mini Monday. I'll see you on my Instagram live, or I'll see you in the next live that we come on. Another 3-hour live. Maybe. Because we're always on there forever. I always get sidetracked with something. I only have to leave right now because we're making dinner. Well, I guess it's 4 p.m. Is that dinner? Or is that lunch? I don't know what that is. But okay, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'm actually going to... Oh, there's a